Okay, everybody, I'm here, and I'm listening. Let me show you what's going on. I'm in a cafe that I've wanted to go to for a long time. I've got my Café Crème, which has already arrived. You know, you think Parisian service is slow, but today it's very quick. So I've already got my Café Crème, and because, you know, I'm famished after that walk, I've got one of these bad boys. I know my wife knows what those are. A pain au chocolat, chocolate croissant. Okay, let me see what's going on in the comments, and I'm going to give you guys the view. You may know where we are. We're at Place des Vosges. Do you see that? Oh, I love Place des Vosges, and we're at a cafe here under the arcades. There we are. And I'm just going to let you guys, bonjour Christine, I'm just going to let you guys kind of vicariously have a little bit of cafe time in Paris, as I have a coffee. So, that was fun. We had got some great turnout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Mom is saying it's her favorite, the Marais. Absolutely. Natalie's asking if I took Ellen and her there. It's quite possible, or the two of you may have come here alone. Hello, Anna. Anna. Super fan, super follower, Anna. It's good to see you. Sorry, I just realized you guys might have to listen to me eat. There we go. We'd rather look at you, says Linda. Fair enough. There I am. Bonjour, Valerie. Pamela asks where I am. I'm at the Place des Vosges in a cafe that is called Ma Bourgogne. Ma Bourgogne in Place des Vosges. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, everybody. Jenny says cuckoo. So that walk was pretty fun. I think it's really cool that you can see that piece of the Bastille prison that really proves that the city is a treasure hunt, for sure. Good morning, Amy. Nice to see you. Anna's getting her coffee ready as well. That's fantastic. Hello, Sonia. If you guys missed it, what am I having right now at this cafe at Place des Vosges? Café crème, and don't be jealous, pain au chocolat. Pretty classic, you know, afternoon snack. Hello, Kansas City. Hello, Sonia. My sister says she loves to hear me speaking French. On peut faire toute la vidéo en français si vous voulez. Hein. Ça me dérange pas du tout. If anyone wants to practice their French, let's do it. Type something and I'll say it. Okay, show us the cafe again. Some people want to see me, some people want to see the cafe. I'm just going to switch around. There we go. There we are. Place des Vosges, the fantastic brick arcades of Place des Vosges. And Place des Vosges there. Natalie is saying, explain what a café crème is. A café crème is essentially an espresso. It's all about, hit the table. All about espresso here in France, and they add hot milk. And there's a little bit of foam, but not as much as a cappuccino necessarily. So it's basically a good shot of espresso with some steamed milk. Carl Fry, my brother, is asking for a quick recap of the French Revolution. No problem at all. 1789, it's a real easy date to remember, 789. The people of Paris, after 800 years of a monarchy, decided enough was enough. The conditions were terrible in Paris. They rose up, removed Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette from power eventually, of course chopped off their heads with the guillotine, and stormed the Bastille prison, which was not really to release prisoners, but the Bastille was a symbol of the king's power. So they destroyed it, 1789, and I showed you a little piece of it earlier on the walk. And a few years later, they had their new republic, and it took a little while, but it stuck. How's the weather? It's cold. not super cold, but kind of cold and gusty and gray. But when you can walk along and see Notre Dame and Ile Saint-Louis, then it's worth it. By the way, if you missed the first part of that video, go back to the replay because I started out with quite a nice view of Notre Dame Cathedral. And maybe I'll take you guys through there one time and give you some facts about that. What time is it here now? I guess it's 4 something? Almost 5 o'clock p.m. in Paris. Not as cold as New York, yeah, I believe that. New York has had snow and we haven't had snow yet. I love snow in Paris. So Nicole asks, what does the revolution have to do with Bastille Day? Bastille Day, or the day of the Independence Day, is July 14th, and that's the day that the angry mob stormed the Bastille prison. So the day that they stormed it, July 14th, that's the Independence Day of France, and what we Americans call Bastille Day. Wow, someone sang in Notre Dame in 1984. That's impressive. What time does the sun set? Pretty soon, probably about 5:30 it'll start getting dark for real. That's why I can't really do these videos too late in the day, at least now. And I know that's tough for you folks, for Americans on the West Coast. And I'm going to try to lengthen that a little bit for you as we can, as daylight, allows. But not right now in the winter. I got to do it at 4 p.m. Max. Do you do tours in February? Oh yeah, I'm totally booked through February. I can do that. Saint-Sulpice bookstore, I'm not sure which one you're referring to. There are plenty of bookstores in that area, but the Saint-Sulpice one, I'm not sure. I'm going to check on that. Peggy, will you start doing these videos 3 times a week? I may have to. We had like 350 viewers today. Oh boy, they're coming in fast. These Indiana back in the house. Hello. Yes, the ubiquitous sirens of Paris. I do group tours and individual tours. I can give you pricing if you want to contact me through Facebook or my blog, A French Fry in Paris, and we can talk all about the details. And I do private tours and also small group tours. I never do like 50 people or 30 people. It's always, a handful. I like it real intimate. How long have you been living in Paris? 8 years, almost. French girl in Seattle sent somebody here. That's great. Did the revolution start because of a bread shortage? More or less, it was a combination of things, and the bread shortage was one of them. Even though Marie Antoinette never said, let them eat cake, that's false. But your real lack of bread. What part of Paris do you live? I like to keep that a secret. Oh, sorry. Yeah, cafes are so full of life. We actually have heaters. Let me switch and give you guys a view. Space heaters, because damn it, they've got to sit out there no matter what time of year, no matter what temperature. So that's what's keeping me warm at the moment. I'm going to switch here and give you guys a view of the cafe. We're at Place des Vosges, if people didn't catch that at the beginning. Hello, Linda. Thank you from Vancouver. Thank you, Cheryl, for the kind words. You're going to have to hear me eat a bite of my pain au chocolat. Where's the best, most charming view of the Eiffel Tower? That depends. The boulevards that run along to the east in the 7th arrondissement, if you can get on those side streets, you can get the architecture from the 19th century plus the Eiffel Tower, and there are no tourists there. So check out the avenues that run along parallel to the east of the Eiffel Tower, 7th arrondissement. What brought you to Paris? Oh my goodness, that's what brought me to the story. If my wife is watching still, I'm sure she just had a chuckle. I'm going to give you the long version of the story one day if you'd like it. But how I came to Paris is I was living in New York City as a musician. I was a guitarist and a singer. And no, I'm not going to sing for you today. And I was street performing for spare change, people do in New York. And I had my guitar case out on the subway platform of Brooklyn one night, and I was just singing my love songs with my guitar. And I didn't know it, but there was a Parisian girl waiting for her train on that platform in Brooklyn. She was from Paris, and it was my future wife. I had no idea. So she was digging the music. She didn't even contact me that night or approach me. She just grabbed my email address in my guitar case on the platform and hopped on her train, flew back to Paris. 2 weeks later, I get an anonymous email from the city saying, hi, you don't know me, but I was on vacation in Paris, and I'm a fan, and I dig your music. And that was about it. We became friends online for a while, and that evolved into something else. And a few years later, we're married, and I'm here in Paris. So. Can you still climb to the bell towers of Notre Dame? Yes, you can, absolutely. And they've actually improved it because you can get an app. I forget the name of it exactly, but you can search for an app where you get a time slot, and you can you don't have to wait in line quite as much as you used to. Thanks, guys. I think it is a cute story. There's a whole, I got to give my mom credit. I know my mom is thinking, wait a minute, I was part of this too. My mom gets credit for after that year of an online friendship with this random girl in Paris, my mom for my birthday brought me to the city, brought me here to meet my wife, my now wife. My coffee's getting cold. Oui. Ça va? Ça va vous-même? Oui. C'est une vidéo en direct sur Facebook. Ah? Ouais. Il y a du monde qui vous regarde? Mm-hmm. Va vouloir passer le bonjour de ma part? Up, the waiter wants to say hello. Bonjour. La forme? Ouais. Vous vous appelez comment? Je m'appelle Mohamed. Mohamed? Ouais. Mohamed, my server. Et vous êtes français ou? Je suis français d'origine marocaine. Ah, so he comes from Morocco, which is fairly common here. Bah, merci beaucoup. Hein. Il est bon le café. Oui. Yeah, people are going behind me and waving. Everybody wants a few minutes of fame, and why not? Mm-hmm. Coming back 2 weeks to visit, hotel or apartment? Deborah asks, is it better to do a hotel or an apartment? Hands down, an apartment. Get a place in arrondissements 1 through 6 or 1 through 7 so you can remain central. Get an apartment, get yourself a kitchen. It'll be tiny, it'll be ill-equipped, but you'll have your own Parisian kitchen. Yeah, friendly servers, absolutely. The servers are so much more friendly than people expect. I got to tell you, I talk to people who have come to Paris for decades, over and over. They all say the same thing. Parisians used to be rude. That was the cliche back in the day, but now it's really not the case. It's more and more rare. Let me switch for you guys. For those who didn't see. Wow, we've got 127 viewers. I've got more viewers right now just watching me drink a coffee than I had during the entire video last week. That's incredible. You guys are great. What's your favorite flavor of macaron? Now we're getting to the hard-hitting questions. My favorite macaron flavor, if I had to choose just one, it would be pistachio, salted caramel, or vanilla. How's the weather in March? It can be quite rainy, to be honest. It can be a little chilly and rainy. But the good news is March will beat out, you'll be ahead of the tourist crowds. Hi, Angeline. I'm glad you love this. Thanks so much. Did I know French before moving to Paris? I had taken 1 year of high school French. At the time, I thought it was useless and I would never use it, right? Typical teenager. And that was about it. So I had to rely on my wife and teaching myself and just being immersed here. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. Having coffee vicariously in Paris, that's what the idea is. What's your favorite pastry, says Anna Tinsman, super follower, answer to... Ah oui. Bravo. Alors c'est en direct, c'est Facebook.
Oui, mais j'ai compris que c'était en direct. Ça, j'avais compris.
Voilà.
Le côté génial, c'est ça.
Ah oui, oui. Bonjour tout le monde, bonjour.
Bonjour, bonjour. Génial, génial.
Merci beaucoup. He's saying awesome, awesome. I think he particularly liked my tripod. Okay. Back to me. Sorry, I'm missing your comments. People say they want to be there. What area are we touring next week? You know, a lot of people ask me what we're going to do ahead of time, and the reason that I don't promise you anything is because I might have to change at the last minute, depending on if I realize something's closed at the last minute or if it's raining. And so I want to have kind of a backup plan without disappointing anybody. So I've decided for now not to, not to advertise where we're going to be. But I promise you it'll always be something interesting. Yeah, the locals are great. I can't remember if I was in the middle of saying something before that or not. But. It's getting dark over Place des Vosges. Bonjour. And I love this area. Let me tell you why I love this area. Yeah, Café de Fleurs, Ellen wants. We'll do that one time. Hey, the Eiffel Tower's here. Fantastic. Let me tell everybody about the Eiffel Tower. I got to tell you about a podcast that I'm part of. And I should mention this more often on the live videos. It's called the Earful Tower. And you definitely want to check it out because it's sort of a passion project, a side project of mine. It's Oliver G., an Aussie, an Australian who lives in Paris. And he does basically trying to discover Paris. He lives here and he interviews expats like myself, Paris experts or people who own businesses here. And he gets to the heart of Paris to try to figure out what makes it tick. And he's basically trying to learn his way through the city. And so I'm part of that all the time. If you're not familiar with my Corey stories on the Earful Tower, you definitely want to check them out. I'll leave a link on Facebook for that. They're also offering at the Earful Tower paid subscriptions. If you can become a member, then you can get access to all of this special content. Sometimes he and I, Oliver and I, do special episodes that only members can have access to. So if you want to support him, support me, you can pop over to the website that I'll link to, and you can support the show with just a very, very small monthly donation. Yeah, Missy, absolutely. I love the Corey stories. Thanks, Sally. Sally, I'm going to see you soon at the canal, my friend. I'm looking forward to it. That's coming up real soon. Someone's coming in April. Should they take 4 weeks of French classes? Should you take French classes? I guess there are different schools of thought. I'm a self-learner, so I just like to pick it up as I go, and then I feel like it's more mine. It depends on you. It depends if you like to have someone giving you that stuff, or if you're a bit of a student on your own and you can just pick it up as you go. I prefer, personally, to just be immersed. Let me show you. I'll give you a different view. You can watch the locals stroll by. Joanna, if you're asking about supporting the show, The Earful Tower, I will be leaving a link afterward. You can go to Patreon and search for The Earful Tower, or you can just type The Earful Tower and Google that and get to their website. The best falafel in Paris, there is a place in the Marais. It's called Las du Falafel, L-A-S, Las du Falafel. And if you go there, you're going to find the best one in town, according to most, according to me. It's fantastic. Hello, Tara. Hello, Pamela. Do I do car tours? Very rarely. I mean, I do know a couple of chauffeurs that can drive us around. Just contact me. You send me an email or contact me through a French fry in Paris. It's Meg. Oh my goodness. Even Megan is tuning in. Hi, Meg. My favorite church in Paris. My favorite church in Paris is here in the Marais, not far away. It's called St. Paul, St. Louis. It has two names, St. Paul, St. Louis. And it's just got a treasure trove of all these lovely details and great stories and anecdotes. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when the camera flipped back on me, it's reversed. So you can see that the writing, I believe, is backward for you. And I can actually fix that. But then the other video will be reversed as well. So this is, as you guys can see, it's flipped and it's sort of legit. But then if I go back to the other one, like this, now this is reversed. So I don't know why Facebook Live does that. So if you have noticed that and it's bothered you that the selfie cam is reversed, then my apologies. That's Facebook. Back to the comments. Yeah, I'm glad people feel like they're sitting at a cafe. That was the idea. How do you learn all these details of history, says Miral? Is that how I say your name, Miral? I'm an avid reader, yeah. Documentaries, a lot of notes. I take a lot of notes. A lot of notes, a lot of maps. My mom calls me an eternal student, and so maybe, I guess I am. Hi, Debbie, getting excited. How's the weather beginning of June? It should be quite nice beginning of June. It should be real nice, probably about, not quite at the peak of the hot season, so it should be pretty good, not too much humidity. If you had your pick and euros were no object, where in Paris would you love to live? I'd probably live here, either here in the Marais, right next to this cafe, or in Montmartre. I'd really love to live in Montmartre, that's just too cool. Yeah, I can't read the menu behind me. Sorry about that. C'est bon?
Vous êtes où, à New York, là?
Oui, je viens de New York, mais j'habite ici.
Ah oui?
Ouais. Et ça, c'est en direct, en fait.
Ah oui?
Ouais. Sur Facebook. So I think that's the manager. New York, oui, j'adore. Mais je préfère Paris. Paris, c'est le meilleur, la meilleure ville.
Ça marche, là.
So, ouais, c'est vrai. C'est vous qui dirigez le café là? Super. Vous vous appelez comment? Aimé? Oui. Moi, je suis Corée. Corée, enchanté.
Vous êtes américain?
Oui, américain, new-yorkais, et je suis guide touristique.
Ah oui?
Ouais. Donc je fais des vidéos où je fais des petites visites guidées dans Paris.
Oui.
Et là, c'est pas une visite, mais un pain au chocolat, c'est déjà pas mal.
Bon. Oui, et on a besoin des Américains. Il nous faut beaucoup, parce que les Américains pour le tourisme français, parisien surtout, indispensable.
C'est vrai. Bah, merci monsieur, et bonne soirée à vous.
Oui, à vous.
Merci beaucoup pour le café et tout. So guys, that is the manager of the cafe. From Elliot, age 10, what do you like to eat for breakfast? Do you eat in cafes or at home? I always eat at home for breakfast. And what do I like to eat? Usually a croissant. And sometimes 2 croissants. And I don't think that is the healthiest thing. But there's something about French butter that doesn't scare me as much as other butters. So I have a croissant usually and a cup of tea. I don't drink coffee except in the afternoons. Tea in the morning. Sorry guys, I'm losing track of How did you learn the French language? I didn't take a course. I just had my wife who is French and practiced. Turning subtitles on the DVDs when you're watching your favorite movie or TV show. Pop the French subtitles on so you can at least read it and start to get familiar with the vocabulary. Hi, Véronique. Véronique, a French girl in Seattle. That's another Facebook page you should all go over and follow, and her blog as well. She's really into her blog these days. A French girl in Seattle. She's French, living obviously in Washington State. And if you like France or Paris, you definitely want to follow her blog. Check that out, French girl in Seattle. I think we're going to finish up soon. My pain au chocolat is almost done. My coffee, my café crème, definitely done. And we're at 168 viewers, which I never thought we would get that much. Let me switch again and give you guys the view. You know, this time of the evening, and I'm talking with my mouth full, I apologize. This time of the evening, the French call it l'heure bleue. L'heure bleue, the blue hour. And you can see, it is pretty blue. All right, guys. I can see slowing down a little bit. I think you guys have said everything that you've wanted to say. I'm sorry, I know that I missed some of your questions, and I'll go back through. It'll probably take me a couple days, but I'll go back through and try to at least read every comment and reply to questions that you have. I really want to create a link between all of you. I think that we can really build a community. That's my idea. So to finish up, we're going to see each other again next weekend. I'll be announcing in a few days the next time, the schedule of the next one. And follow me on Facebook if you want to get the next video. You can also, there are instructions that I'll share with you on how you can get live notifications when I go live. So whenever I go live for any reason, you'll get that notification to pop up. I'll give you instructions for that. Follow me on Instagram. I'm on French Fry in Paris on Instagram. And other than that, you can book tours with me. I give tours pretty much every day of various neighborhoods of Paris, sort of like this video that you watched today. And you can email me at tours@afrenchfryinparis.com. tours@afrenchfryinparis.com. I think that's about it. I want to thank you guys. This I feel like I'm at the start of something pretty exciting that has far exceeded my expectations. So I hope you enjoyed this little vicarious cafe. I see there were even more comments coming through. I know there are always going to be a few of you that don't want me to end this. Thanks, Monica. Take care. I got to end this at some point and get back home to the family. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks, guys. We'll continue this online like we always do, and I'll see you next weekend for another walking tour and also another cafe stop somewhere else. Okay? Take care, everybody. Bye. Au revoir. Bisous.